Hello dear student, today we are gonna talk about unit 7. It's reading and writing, unit 7, page 144, and we are starting with the grammar portion. It is talking about if we read these sentences. Let's read. I stay in Majma after I got admission in Majma University. After I got admission in Majma University, I stay in Majma. If you look at the word after, right, if you see, we have two sentences. I stay in Majma. I got admission in Majma University. After I got admission in Majma University, I stay in Majma. So here, look, after the word after, it is connecting two sentences. And in the second sentence, I got full grade in quiz 1. After that, I really feel great. Some of the student remarks, I got full grade in quiz 1. I really feel great. So uh, here, after that is using add the and posi. If we check the function of meaning of the language, if you see, after it we use after and after that to connect two sentences, two events. For example, I moved to Riyadh, I got a new job. Yeah, after I got a new job, I moved to Riyadh. So after and after that, they are used when we have two events together. We use after and after that. The use after used to connect the sentences. See here, I stay in Majma after I got admission. Now it is one sentence. Yes, these are not the two different sentences. But when we use after that, the rule is we use the first event. I got grade in quiz 1, and then after that I really feel great. So after that we use with the second sentence. So after that it's not used to connect two sentences, but to describe two events one by one. First we add the first event, then after that and second event. So after is used with first event, and after that is used with the second event. So let's move to the book. Here we have after and after that about series of events. When we have a series of events, are, yeah, to make it clear what happened first and what happens next. After, for example, after I got married, he's giving an example. I moved to out of my parents' house. I moved. So after is used to connect two sentences. Then we have after that. After that, connect second sentence. Yeah, to first one. For example, I got my own passport at age 16. Look here, full stop, and then use after that. So after and after that we use to describe two events. After connect two sentences, and after that comes with second sentence, with second event. Okay, here let's move to the task. For each sentence or a pair of sentence, circle the first event, right? So after I turned 18, I graduated from high school. What happened first? Turn 18. Then if we move to next, I moved to New York after I finished college. So this one, you have to circle the first event. The first event you have to circle. After I finished the college, it is, we should circle it, yeah, and underline the second event. I moved to New York. I had my first child when I was 25. After that, I wanted another child. I had my first child. So this event happened first. You have to do the same thing with the rest of the exercise. Yes, the rest of sentences, underline the first event and circle the second. Circle the first event, and underline the second event. Right? You have to do it and show it to your teacher during the online session. Then we will move to same with 5 and 6. Circle the first event. Then read the sentence. Write a sentence with after, or two sentences with after that. A sentence with after mean when we use after we make it one sentence, or write two sentences with after that. When we use after that, we have to make two sentences. So you have the first event, we got married. Second event, my wife and I moved to California. What happened first? Got married. After we got married, comma, my wife and I moved to California. Look, if we use after in the beginning of the sentence, then after the first clause, here we have to put comma, right? put comma at the end of but if we are using after in the middle, then you don't need to put comma anywhere, right? Then we have to move to next page. There is, yeah. Yeah, you have to connect to send. First event, we got married. Second event, my wife and I moved to California. Then first event, I went to my coming of age ceremony. I still didn't feel like a real adult. What happened first? You went to the ceremony. So first event, start with after, or you can complete the sentence with after and after that. If this is our first event, I moved to out of my parents' house when I was 19. Second event, I had a difficult time. So after that, it is always used with the second event. So first event, full stop, then second event. You have to do it and show it to your teacher during the online session. Yes, one connect sentence with after and after that. Page 140, right? Yes. Yeah, here. Which one is he is talking about? Okay, we then we'll move to the next page. That is making timeline. Yeah, this is important. When we have to write some events, we make timeline, right? A timeline is a list of important. For example, someone is talking about daily routine. Woke up at 9 a.m., had breakfast at 11 a.m., took a walk on the beach at 1 p.m., watched TV at 7 p.m., went out for dinner at my favorite restaurant at 9 p.m., went to bed midnight. So this is one day activity of someone. So describe a timeline. So let's move to write and first draw the timeline, then write about the timeline. For example, I woke up, I had a perfect day last Saturday. I woke up at 9. Then he's talking about I 11 a.m. had a breakfast. Then I had late breakfast 11 a.m. So you can see now we have here, yeah, we have, if you see a timeline, how to fill it. Yes, October, December and February. Okay, for this purpose you have to read this paragraph. Last year I went to England to study for month of August. You have to see what he did month of August. I studied at 4-week program, right? So for the month of August he studied for the 4-week program. Then September, after that I moved to England, moved in with an English family. All September I had to speak English every day. All September, right? So September you have to, so you have to find out what he did in October, what he did in December, and what he did in February. So you have to fill all this chart. Then we have to move to activity 2. Into the same thing, you have to read this paragraph and month. For example, 1 January. Okay, when I was 19, I took a year from school to learn more about myself, right? In the world, first I went to India, visit a friend for 2 months. So first 2 months here, went to India for. Then I lived with his family, learned about his life in Delhi. After that I went to Kenya to work for International Natural Project after 4 months. So 4 months he worked in. You have to write what he did for the 4 months, and then I returned home for 6 months, right? From here to here, 6 months. You have to write what he did in this time. Yeah, you have to write it here. Read paragraph and write it completed. Then you have to, now the task is read the timeline and write paragraph on page 148. Next page, you mean 2000 finished school. For example, the person finished school in 2008, and then 2009, yes, got a full-time job here. 2013 got my first apartment. 14 got married. 16 had my first child. Okay, let's move to next page. If you see here you have to write a paragraph, right, about the events from the last page. Finished school. For example, I finished school in 2008. Then you have to describe the second event. After that, use the word after and after that. You must use word after and after that, and write short paragraph here while describing this uh, timeline, right after that, and when, also when. So you have to complete this exercise. Then the last activity is you have to draw timeline about writing skill works 1 for reread paragraph about a perfect day. Use the blue line below to make a timeline to show your perfect day. Write a short note about each important event, then tell a partner. Right, you have to write about yourself. For example, write 6 sentences about your perfect day. Right, reread the paragraph about perfect day. Right, so you have to write here, draw timeline. What about your perfect day? What time you wake up? For example, your favorite day is Friday. You wake up what time? You eat breakfast what time? And any day that is your favorite. If you hang out with friends, if you have coffee or a meal with family, and if you watch TV, something, you have to draw a timeline here, and then write down here the paragraph about yourself, about your activities. Thank you for watching.